Good evening. You might be able to sit back and relax at home, but I can assure you that for the next 60 punishing minutes, 8 fellas from 5 nations are taking part in a contest to find Europe's strongest man. From Holland, the Dutch powerlifting champion at 18 stone 8 pounds, Holland's strongest man, Gerard Dupree. From Belgium, for the last 7 years, their powerlifting champion, 25 stone, Gino Bultink. From Austria, 10 years a professional wrestler, former world champion at 23 stone, Otto Vance. From Holland, the lightest man in the contest at 13 stone 6, the Dutch middleweight champion, Rob Noy. From Sweden, weightlifter, powerlifter and bodybuilder and now disc jockey at 15 stone 4 pounds, Lennart Dahlgren. From Austria, holder of amazing 48 weightlifting titles, 17 stone 4 pounds, Vincenz Hertnagel. From Britain, a 1979 discus champion, Britain's strongest man 1980, 20 stone, Richard Slaney. And finally, the man who's represented Britain more times than anyone else, at 21.5 stone, Geoff Capes. The 8 contestants for Europe's strongest man. Now, as well as that title, the winner could pick up £1,200 in prize money and this super silver salver. Now, helping Azats, and they've done so in previous contests, 8 plucky pentathletics, delightful pieces of ballast to agree, and a fellow who 9 years ago retired from the ring, but still has the title Britain's most popular sportsman, Henry Cooper.
You're putting a bit of weight on, aren't you? You're trying to compete with these
Only
fellas,
just started the programme and you're being offensive. Yes, well, it's weight, it's not muscle.
You've sort of splashed it all over, I can tell, yeah.
After a line like that, stay there. Now then, let's come to the contest. We've got 8 events, 7 events that all the competitors take part in, but the 8th event, the tug of war, is between the top 4 points winners. Now let's go through those points. In each event, the winner gets 8 points, 7 for second, 6 for third, right down to 1 for 8th place. And in the tug of war, it's 4 for first, 2 for second, 1 for third, no points for the 4th guy. Now, of course, a lot of the people here are amateurs, so any prize money they win will go to their own sporting federation. Henry, you and I, we've had our nourishing beef teas, haven't we?
Certainly
We're going to need them. We're inside here at the Riverside Studios in Hammersmith, but outside is where we're going for the first event at Battersea. Henry, what car do you drive?
Well, Derek, I drive a Jaguar.
I bet you don't know how much it weighs.
Well, I do, because I've been doing a few calculations here, you know. It weighs 3,902 pounds, or 1,767 kilos, and that includes a full tank of petrol of 20 gallons, which weighs 250 pounds.
Know a lot, don't you? Well, I mean, we're not asking you to pull this, you know, your car in this particular event. We want to pull one of these trucks, you see. Now, this truck weighs 3.5 tons.
Or 3,600 kilos.
Enough. All right, well, they're going to pull these trucks, Henry, along this course. It's a 30-metre course.
Or 32 yards, 2 feet, 1 inch.
Get off. Britain versus Belgium, then, in our first heat. Geoff Capes and Gino Bultink.
Stand by!
Capes has done this before and won this event very easily in 1979, winning the British version of this contest. And he knows that you've got to keep low. Bultink more upright here. He's almost running with this truck, Capes. Bultink way behind, and Capes the easy winner. And there comes Bultink.
Yeah.
Are you now going to really concentrate on strength events from now on?
Yes, I think so. You know, I've had some good fun in athletics, and now I'm going to enjoy myself even more. I'm enjoying this sort of thing. Okay, good gimmick, but I'm enjoying it. That's the main thing.
Holland now versus Austria in our second heat. Vance has got a 5-stone advantage here over Gerard Dupree. But Dupree is Holland's strongest man, so he knows all about winning these sort of events. Vance too upright, one suspects here. At the start, you've got to get a really fast start away, and Dupree's got it. Low down and moving well. But Vance is catching him, and remember that time. It's very important. Vital to get 8 points at the start of this contest. It's getting closer all the time here along this 30-metre course. In fact, there's literally nothing in it.
I find this is a surprise for me. I always sit in the car
Not I stay in the front and pull it.
You've never done anything like
No,
this before? No.
it's the first time.
Right. Very
But
close,
the next time I tried this. Oh,
very close race, eh? But
Yes.
There wasn't a lot in it.
okay.
Good. How are your legs feeling?
Yes, good.
Good.
Come stronger the next time.
Sweden versus Holland, Heat 3. Lennart Dahlgren and Rob Noy.
Set!
These are two of the lightest men in the contest. Rob Noy the lighter, and seemingly getting a better start because Dahlgren's doing a bit of struggling there at the start. Just 13 and a half stone. The Dutch champion, that's the time they've all got to think about. Dahlgren just can't get moving at all. And the Penthouse Pets are doing their best to encourage him. Noy's going to win this by a mile. Dahlgren, well, I think he wishes he was back in Sweden. A bodybuilder, a weightlifter, a powerlifter. He's done the lot. And he's also something of a disc jockey, a real character. Lennart Dahlgren.
My technique is not the best.
I know, that's very, very hard, yes. Have you tried anything like that before?
No, think I got it rowing, but then, well, I raced up, and that was very heavy. But I'm rather weak yes now because I went into my first big bodybuilding competition last Saturday. So for the last 3 months, I've been on boiled fish and egg whites.
On a diet like that, no wonder he didn't finish. On to our fourth and final heat, and Great Britain's Richard Slaney up against Vincent Hertnagel from Austria.
Set!
All eyes on Slaney, Britain's strongest man 1980, and can he possibly push Jeff Cape through this contest? He's pushing ahead against Hertnagel here, and one suspects with his weight and height that he should win this heat. Athlete versus weightlifter, and that time always in their minds. But it's Hertnagel who wins, surprisingly. Well done. About 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
How are you, Richard?
What is it? Murder on your legs, is it?
It's hard to keep going in a straight line.
Straight line, yes. Yep.
Maximum points, though.
Yep, very pleased. Obviously, it's a good figure to begin with, you know, maximum points. But the point system is completely different to what it was earlier on in the other series. And now it's a question of trying to maintain that position all the way through, which I like to do. I like to come in second, thirds and fourths and not go down the list because the point system is so vastly different from the top to the bottom. You know, you've got to make up 6 or 7 points.
Britain first then with the truck pull. Jeff Capes, 8 points. Gerard Dupree has 7 from Holland. Vincent Hertnagel with 6. Otto Vance, 5. Richard Slaney, 4 points. Gino Bultink with 3. Rob Noy, 2. And Lennart Dahlgren, 1 point.
Now, this next event is the goal lift. Now, the last time I did this, I carried 2 of the goals on, nigh done myself an injury, so I'm going to let Derek do it this time.
I tried, Henry. I tried. Brenda, Gina, put me down, please, put me down. I enjoyed that, mind you. Off you go. Disappear. Because you see, they're going to be needed. They're going to get up onto this girder, Henry.
And put their beams on the beam.
Funny that. That was it's very good. Nice flow, that. Yes, indeed. They're going to do that. And, of course, the girder, I think it'll be about 620 kilos.
Or 1,380.8 pounds. That's over half a ton.
I thought it was 0.9, but I'll take your word for it. Okay, well, that's what they're going to do, Henry. We're going to disappear now and watch the first 2 competitors, remembering that they have to lift this on their shoulders, hold it for a couple of seconds. So let's see what happens. With 6 Penthouse Pets on board, that's now 801 kilos, more than 3/4 of a ton. Those 2 lights go out, and that means it's a good lift for Rob Noy, the lightest man from Holland. the next to go, Lennart Dahlgren. He needs all the points he can get. He failed on that lorry pull. Those lights go out again, and that's a good lift for the Swede. Holland's strongest man next to go. Is it going to be a good one? It is. It is this time, yes. Gerard Dupree. Vincent Hertnagel will be next to go.
1, 2, up!
And it's good. Otto Watz from Austria, professional wrestler, a big man, 23 stone, 5 pounds. One light goes out, but not the other. He has to try again. Those girls don't look as if they're enjoying this. Looks as if he's in agony there. I wonder whether he's done an injury. Well, he's not going to go this time. Otto Watz fails.
Yeah,
It's getting very tough. Have you done any of this sort of lifting before?
no, it's the first time I do this. No? And I don't find every time the best position for this. So a little too much in front, a little too much in back. And when you whip it, oh.
Here comes Boot. His trainer urging him on. Gino Bultic. And he failed. That's surprising. He's a super heavyweight powerlifting champion from Belgium. But that's too much. And we're all waiting for Jeff Cates, because it's very important for Britain. He picked up 8 points in the first event, and
20 seconds left.
he'll be trying as hard as possible. This isn't necessarily his best event, but let's see.
Right under, Jeff. Got your feet
And
on.
he feels that that's too much for him, so he's pulling out that lift. Richard Slaney, Britain's strongest man this year, and that's a good lift. The 2 lights are out. Yes, he's through.
They've been having problems with this.
Yeah, it's really getting hard to balance. The more weight you get on there, you keep tending to lift one end and not the other.
Because you do a bit of weight training, don't you?
Yeah, I think everybody here does.
Do you think that's a bit of a... But probably Jeff doesn't do probably as much weight training as you do?
Oh, Jeff does as much as me. I think, again, I think his biggest problem there was he had it too high again. Because when I got under it, my legs were straight again. So a lot of it's luck, really.
Do you think you can go further?
Yeah, I hope so.
The next round, 8 Pentaz pets on that bar. It's now 2,000 pounds in weight. And first to go, Robert Noy. Such a tiny man, but all that strength.
Rest.
And the little man from Holland says that's enough. He's going to go. Yes, he's out. So to our friendly Swede on that diet of boiled fish, you remember, in the truck pool, Lennart Dahlgren. I wonder whether he's going to have enough strength for this. That didn't agree with him at all.
Well, the 2 last girls were really heavy.
You're blaming it on the girls, are you? How are you feeling about the competition so far?
Well, I have some good events and some bad, but I thought this would be really good. But well, we see.
With weight added to the bar, it's now 100 pounds, less than a ton. Gerard Dupree has already managed this weight. Here comes Vincent Hertnagel.
Come on.
18 times the Austrian weightlifting champion. One light goes, but what about the other? And he's had enough. Hertnagel's out. Already, we've lost Jeff Cates, but can Richard Slaney pick up vital points here and make this a very exciting contest between the 2 Britons?
1, 2, down.
And no trouble at all. Slaney gets through that weight.
How's it feeling? Painful? Not really. It's just hard where the sponge rubber isn't thick enough, really, and the bar tends to dig in the back.
Get the metal in your back.
Yeah.
Just 2 men left now in the contest. Alida Dupree looking at her husband Gerard, who'll be up against Richard Slaney with the weight at over a ton. No, I'm afraid, Alida, he isn't going to manage that. He's gone. So it all depends now on Richard Slaney picking up those 8 points for Britain.
1, 2, down.
And that's enough. He's won 8 points to Slaney. Sweet music.
Yep.
Since the British contest, what sort of training have you done for this event?
None.
Really?
Well, because since the British, we've just been competing all the time, so I just have to compete all the time. So I haven't done this like this. This is the first time I've done this since then, and that was the only time I've ever done it in my life.
Well, that's 8 points we make it anyway for you. Well done, and keep going. Thank you. Slaney the winner then on the girl lift. 8 points. Gerard Dupree with 7. Vincent Hertnagel has 6. Then comes Rob Noy and Lennart Dahlgren with 5 points apiece. Jeff Capes and Gino Bultink and also Otto Vance with 3. Now to the main event scoreboard, and you can see that Gerard Dupree is leading with 14, Vincent Hertnagel, Richard Slaney with 12, and Jeff Capes there on 11 points. Well, if you're watching the British Strongest Man contest, you'll remember our bar bend. Very simple, really. We've got, what, bars between 10 millimeters, Henry?
Yes, this is one I attempted to bend a little while ago and just got a little kink in it. And
yeah, well, that's 60 seconds, of course, in each one, through 12, 13, 15, and up to this.
then they come to this jumbo-sized one.
18 millimeters, that. But I don't think they'll get there. Well, we'll see anyway. So they've got 60 seconds on the bar bend, and we're going to start in heats of 4. Let's see how they do. No problem with 10 and 12, but we're now on the 13.5 millimeter bar, and there's our 4 competitors. Bultink, Vance, Noy, and Slaney. Let's see how they do. We know Bultink. Rob Noy. Otto Vance. Slaney seems to be taking his time.
You've got bags of time, Rich. Remember, think about it. Just think about
You've got to use your head or your neck and the arms and nothing else. That's the rules in the contest. But Noy seems to be using his chest, and I'm sure that's not allowed in the rules.
I didn't think that was going to be.
Well, that must be illegal. And indeed, Noy has been disqualified. That situation with Bultink and Slaney through. The next group: Capes, Dupree, Hertnagel, and Dahlgren. Very easy. No problems at all for Capes, but plenty for the other 3. Try as hard as he can. Time running out there for our other 3 competitors. Capes safely through, though. So Dupree, Hertnagel, and Dahlgren are all out. Gino Bultink.
Jeff Capes. And Richard Slaney, the last three in the contest. The bar now at 15 millimetres. Remember, they've got to bend that bar to within 20 centimetres or 8 inches. And it seems that Jeff Capes has no problem at all here. Easy for him. Slaney struggling and Boultink as well. 8 points, it seems, in the bag for Capes. Let's see what these other two fellows can do now. Torture television, this, isn't it? Time is up. Capes has 8 points. Slaney is second and Boultink in third place. 8 more points there, Jeff. That was relatively easy in comparison to the other guys.
Oh, it's never easy. I think Richard was close behind me. I think he got second. So there's still only 1 point in front of him.
But you don't look on this as one of the easy events then?
No, not at all. It's obviously one of the more strenuous events because you're using specific muscles for it. And but yeah, I'm glad I've won.
Top of the scoreboard then on the steel bar bend, Jeff Capes, 8 points. Richard Slaney just 1 point behind, 7. Gino Boultink, 6. Otto Vance, 5. Gerard Dupree with 4 points. Vincenz Hertnagel has 3. Lennart Dahlgren, 2 points. And the Dutchman Rob Noy with 1. And as we go to the main scoreboard after 3 events, it's so close. Jeff Capes and Richard Slaney for Britain on 19 points. Just 1 point behind Gerard Dupree. Then comes Vincenz Hertnagel on 15. Otto Vance on 13. Gino Boultink, 12. And Lennart Dahlgren and Rob Noy have 8 points.
It really couldn't be more open as we take a break. In part 2, we have a wheelbarrow race with a difference. They'll be tearing directories against the clock and trying to hoist a barrel full of sand and water as well. We'll be increasing the weight in that. That's coming up in part 2. For the moment, that's all we've got strength for. Welcome back to Europe's Strongest Man, and here we are once again outside of Battersea Park, and this time it's the wheelbarrow race. Our wheelbarrows are each loaded with 350 kilograms of cement, and the object is simple enough: to push them down our 30-meter course, round those cones, and back up to the finish. Our strong men then race against the clock, the two fastest running for first and second place. Here comes heat number 1, and first to go is Gerard Dupree from Holland, and up against him, Lennart Dahlgren from Sweden. It's very close at this point of time. Round the cones. That's about 730 pounds in weight they're pushing. And it's Dahlgren who wins.
How did you find that?
I don't know. It just kept moving, and I was running a bit back.
Well, being one of the smaller men in this competition, the speed things must be in your favour,
Yeah.
huh? You think?
I got some explosive power.
Oh, yes, yeah.
But I don't have the advantage of big weight.
Only 0.3 of a second separated those two. Let's see what happens here. Richard Slaney for Britain. Rob Noy for Holland. Heat 2. Noy seems to be away first. The lighter man doing well.
Got a big stride, isn't it? Yeah, he'll slow down now, whip around. Now he'll really blast this back end. Yeah, his weight should hold him. Come on, here he comes. That's it. Yeah, he's easy now. Good lad.
How did you find that?
Oh, very good.
Yes?
Yes.
Well, being one of the smaller men in the field, I suppose what speed thing again is what you hope to make up on these speed things, the explosive things, eh?
Explosive, yeah.
Yeah.
For conditioneel, eh?
Yeah.
This is better.
Yes, yeah.
I think
don't
so.
think you was quite as fast as the first time. I don't know your time yet,
Yeah.
but I don't think you are quite as fast.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes? Oh, we'll have
so.
to see. Anyway, congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Slaney then had done extremely well there. Capes knows what he has to do here against Hertnagel from Austria. Under 20 seconds is what's necessary, and Capes is away like a bomb. But something seems to be going wrong round there. I thought for a moment that Hertnagel had lost it. Very close.
Shame, I think you're 1100th of a second slower, and I think you lost that on that turn at that far end. What happened
I
there?
stopped too soon, obviously.
Yeah. What, was you trying to do a different technique, or use a different turn technique, was you there?
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Capes slower than Slaney, but he could still make the final. It all depends on this heat between Bultink and Vance. If they don't get to Capes' time, we have an all-British fight. Vance slightly ahead, but I wonder about that time. Round those cones, and Vance is making a muck of them, yes. The Austrian restaurateur. Slowed down a bit by that apple strudel and Wiener Schnitzel, because it's Bultink who wins.
Now the problem is this, the boy here. I go to the right, left side. I always go right side. The first time I go left side. So I go to shoot, I stop, I start again. So I lose it. What can I do?
Thank you very much. These microphones are very precious, you know.
The final. An all-British affair between Jeff Capes and Richard Slaney. At the moment, joint leaders on our points table. Capes getting stuck in those cones. Yes, but so is Slaney. Capes gets away. Slaney is ruined there, so it's an easy victory for Jeff Capes.
Oh dear. Well, that's the way it goes, isn't it? You know, I was lucky he got stuck, and I at the bottom got too close. But win's a win, isn't it?
That's it, mate.
Britain first and second in the wheelbarrow race. Capes has 8 points, though. Richard Slaney with 7 this time. Lenhard Dahlgren, 6 points. Rob Noy, 5. Gerard Dupree, 4. Vincenz Hertnagel, 3. Gino Bultink, 2. And Otto Vance, 1. And on the main scoreboard now, it's a tight affair. Jeff Capes, 27 points. 1 point in it. Richard Slaney second, 26. Dupree, 22. And Hertnagel, 18.
Next event is very simple indeed. All they've got to do this time is tear a directory page apart. 774 of them that all appear in this. The London Commercial Classified, I think 78. A very good year. They've got 20 of these directories, and they've got 1 minute to rip them apart.
The first 4 to go. Noy, Capes, Dahlgren and Bultink. And speed is important here, because should someone manage to get through those 20 directories, then it'll all be a question of time. Remember the British contest? These fellows seem to have a better technique and are ripping through them at a phenomenal speed. Bultink's finished at 37.85 seconds. A happy bachelor there from Belgium. But Jeff Capes still has some way to go here. And Dahlgren, well, he's got to struggle too. Noy has finished. We'll get his time in a moment. But the clock ticking away for Capes. And that's it. Let's see what happened. Capes managed 17 and Dahlgren only 11. Bultink and Noy managed 20 of those directories. Bultink's time faster than Noy. Noy at 45.86 seconds. On now to our second heat. And the next 4 competitors coming up. And they are Hertnagel, Vance, Slaney and Dupree. And remember, it's against the clock because we've already seen that those 20 directories can be torn in much less than a minute. Hertnagel doesn't seem to have that technique. Slaney doing much better. Doing best of all here, though, is Otto Vance. Those strong arm muscles ripping through those directories like butter. It's very important on the clock to see what's happening. And Vance has managed it. Remembering he tore some muscles early on, that's a remarkable performance from the Austrian. And Dupree, he's through as well. We'll get those times in a moment. And our British competitor, Richard Slaney, 3 are through on the 20 directories, but Hertnagel still struggling. And that's that with Hertnagel on 16. The other 3 managing to get 20. Slaney in 55 seconds, Dupree in 50.71, and Vance in 37.82 seconds. And we'll see what that means when we look to the scoreboard here. Vance winning by just 0.03 of a second over Bultink. Noy on 6 points, Dupree on 5.
That's the first event that you won.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that little exercise, did you?
You know, now it's a problem. I've been always problems. My elbows, my back, my knee, my nose. Now, one thing I must win. So I come so willing, I can have more books. I break it all now. I come crazy now. It's not possible. I win not one event here. What do you think? I'm an Austrian boy? Huh?
After 5 events and that ripping drama, Geoff Capes and Richard Slaney level on 30. Gerard Dupree on 27, and deservedly in 4th place, Otto Vance.
Well, after tearing apart those telephone books, our next event doesn't so much involve damaging the apparatus as damaging the competitors. You see, it's the barrel lift. And we're going to start off with a barrel weighing 70 kilograms, go through 80, 90, 100 to 110. They've got to lift them above their heads, hold for 2 seconds. Oh, one very interesting thing about this, as you see, we've got this barrel cut out here, and it isn't dead weight they're lifting above their heads, but a lot of sand and water sloshing around in here, and that makes it that bit more uncomfortable to raise above their heads. So that's what we've got, the barrel lift coming up.
The barrel is now at 115 kilos, 253 pounds. Noy failed at 110, and poor Otto is already out because of that back injury he sustained early on in the girl lift. Here comes Richard Slaney. Remember a few weeks ago in Britain's Strongest Man that Slaney did very well in this event.
Get up!
No.
Minute gone.
Slaney has decided that's enough.
You can see it is strong here from the wrestling lift. The rib is good. The lower back.
Gerard Dupree, Holland's strongest man.
Alles eruit! 1, 2,
A good lift. Next to go, Vincent Hertnagel. A very strong man. And he seems to have the technique.
1, 2, out!
Yes, through to the next round. Lenhard Dahlgren.
Ja.
28 years of age. And almost bent in 2. For Britain, we await Geoff Capes. I wonder whether he thought this contest would be as close after all these events.
1, 2, down!
And he's through. The directory tearing wizard is next to go. Gino Bultink.
Tino. Come on, Tino. Come on! Come on, Tino. Cut it off. Come on. Press.
I have a very sore head tonight. No. So he goes, and we move on to a heavier barrel. 117.5 kilos, 3 competitors left. Dupree to go first. Gerard Dupree, 18 stone, 11 pounds. He's a manager of a sports centre in Holland. And the oldest man in the contest, and a sad defeat there because he's out. And Gino Boulting, well, of course, he's been a powerlifting champion in Belgium for a long time, and he must be disappointed to have failed at an earlier weight. Here comes Vinzenz Hertnagel from Austria. Undoubtedly the best technique in this contest. And he makes that look very easy, and I'm sure that he'll be able to go on, whatever happens. Jeff Capes, whose recent retirement is a truly sad loss to British athletics. And he can certainly be trying 120%. And he throws that away nonchalantly. Capes can contemplate Vinzenz Hertnagel trying 120 kilos first. Just the two of them left.
Good.
A man who's won 48 titles in Austria says thank you very much. I'll do that again anytime.
Live.
A huge weight this for a man not noted for weightlifting. Jeff Capes.
One, two.
Is that a good lift? No, it isn't. Oscar State, our referee, said he didn't hold it long enough, and Capes says, I'm not going to do that again. No, thank you. So he's pulled out, and even though Hertnagel's won this event, he wants to go on to 127.5 kilos, a record weight in this event. Fifth in the Moscow Olympics this year. And a very, very happy fellow. Now, normally, Vinzenz would be running his souvenir shop near Innsbruck. But here at the Riverside Studios, Hammersmith, getting a well-earned applause from the crowd. But why did he attempt that weight after winning this event?
120 kilo waren.
He said that the 120 that finished the competition was too light for him. He knew he could go much higher, and he wanted to try the record weight.
Hertnagel for Austria, 8 points in the barrel lift. And surprisingly, Jeff Capes in second place on 7. Gerard Dupree has 6 points, and then comes a tie with Richard Slaney, Gino Boulting, and Lenhard Dahlgren all on 5 points. Rob Noy with 2, and Otto Vance didn't pick up any because, of course, he had to pull up through that back injury. On the main scoreboard now, after 6 events, Jeff Capes leads Richard Slaney in second. Britain first and second, Gerard Dupree third, and Hertnagel climbs above Boulting because of that marvellous piece of lifting. We take a break now, back with 2 more events, the last 2 in the contest, the car lift and then the tug-of-war between the top 4 in the points table, and that will decide who will be Europe's strongest man. Don't go away. Welcome back, and an exciting finish in our contest to find Europe's strongest man. Just 2 points separate Jeff Capes and Richard Slaney. So still a lot to play for here and 2 events to go. The car lift coming up and then the tug of war. Let's move to the car because, as you can see, we've got a Ford Escort here. It weighs, we reckon, about 785 kilos, or roughly 1,700 pounds. Now, a third of this weight is concentrated in the back. We've got a lifting bar here. This lifting bar is about 20 inches off the ground. They've got to pick this up, hold, lock the knees, and hold that for a couple of seconds, straighten the back, down again. We then put more weight into the boot, and of course, very soon we should have a winner, because the rest of them will get eliminated. That's what's going to happen as we join the competitors for the car lift. This is round 5, and the total weight, 413 kilos. That's about 900 pounds. Lennart Dahlgren from Sweden.
Okay? Yes?
And when he's not lifting things, Lennart's travelling around Sweden as a disc jockey. Vincent Hurtnagel must be really feeling on top of the world after winning that previous event.
Up.
Bow, an easy lift, and on he goes. Gino Bulting, who needs to do well in this event to get into that top 4 position. You've been the joker in the track. You seem to have been cracking the jokes and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, well, it comes natural to me. I'm just that way.
You're a disc jockey, is that right? Yeah, in Sweden.
I work as a disc jockey every Friday and Saturday, and sometimes connected with exhibitions in bodybuilding or powerlifting or weightlifting.
So really, you're not taking it desperately seriously?
Not this. I think that I've never trained it before, and the less serious you take it, the more you enjoy it.
Geoff Capes already through to our final 4, but wanting more points. And he makes that. But Richard Slaney has decided to pull out. Why have you decided not to go on?
Well, the weight before was really hard for me, and the 2 foreign guys I'm not going to beat. And
you want to keep some in reserve for the tug of war, no doubt?
I just want to keep my hands on the end of my arms. But I won't beat Geoff either in this.
The weight now up to 443 kilograms. The 2 weightlifters, Hurtnagel and Bulting, already successfully lifted. Now Geoff Capes. No. Well, of course, the Lincolnshire poacher doesn't need to poach points this time anyway.
Well, it's only, 2 powerlifters that are in front of you. One's
That's right.
5th in the Olympic game.
Yeah, and the other one's a powerlifter, static powerlifter, so it's in his game.
So you've improved, and that's...
Yeah, I'm very happy.
What a performance.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
How much more can these men lift as we fill up that boot with more 20-kilogram weights? Vincent Hurtnagel, 488 kilograms, or nearly half a ton.
Yep.
Look at this technique again.
He's
done it.
Up.
It's down, yes. All those years a champion, and a champion there, Vincent Hurtnagel. So Gino Bulting knows what he has to do now. If he fails here, it will be 8 points for the Austrian.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. And that equipment's been sheared off.
Here's the boat.
And in the process, he seems to have damaged himself.
Here's the boat.
We cannot fix it, so it really means that both the continental competitors share the points in that event. Bulting and Hurtnagel pick up 8 points. The car lift ends in a tie with Vincent Hurtnagel and Gino Bulting with 8 points. Geoff Capes picks up 6. Then comes Dahlgren with 5, and Slaney also gets 5 points. Dupree has 3, Noy 2, and Vance no points. After 7 events, it's still wide open, leading Jeff Capes on 43, Richard Slaney on 40, Gerard Dupree and Hertnagel on 36 points. And remember here in the tug of war, it's 4 to the winner, 2 for second, 1 for third, and none for fourth place. Our 4 competitors have drawn off. That's the draw: Hertnagel versus Slaney, Capes versus Dupree. Vincenz Hertnagel talking to our referee Oscar State, Richard Slaney. And it's the best of 3 pools.
What you got to do? Take the strain. Pull. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, please.
And he's been pulled all over the place.
Keep pushing. Up.
Hertnagel losing out on that first pull. Slaney 1 up.
Enjoyed that, didn't you, Richard? That was rather easy.
Well, it might have looked easy, but it's not really.
The draw has been very kind, hasn't it? It's kept
Lucky.
it's kept you away from Jeff.
And so it's really lucky. But we've got 2 more to go yet.
We have indeed. Let's see what happens to the second one. Right.
Round 2. Hertnagel, Slaney.
Pull.
And again, Slaney pulls the Austrian. Slaney sat down there. You're not allowed to do that, so he's got to be very careful about that. Nonetheless, he's won it. Slaney through to the final. It's now the second semi-final. Jeff Capes versus Gerard Dupree.
Take the strain.
Capes very psyched up.
Pull. Go.
And there he goes. Just like that. A matter of a few seconds and round 1 up. Round 2.
Take the strain. Heave.
You still got those old kneecaps shaking, have you, after that?
Oh, yeah, that old kneecap shake. They're getting old there, a bit worn, but
Yeah.
I'm still hanging in.
Well, 2 British boys in the final. Looking forward to the final?
Very much so.
Well done. Congratulations. Yeah.
The final. The very last moments of the contest to find Europe's strongest man, 1980. And the winner, remember, going to New Jersey in America for the world's strongest man contest. And it's Slaney, surprisingly, who got away best there. He's sitting down. Friends they may be, but not friends at this stage.
Get up. Get up. Push up. Don't get up. You're not allowed to sit down, Rich.
That's right. You're not allowed to sit down on the ground in any tug-of-war events.
And obviously Jeff was getting very angry indeed there.
That's right, and justifiably so.
Okay, so it's 1 to Jeff into the next round. Right.
Never mind. Just forget it.
Lots of needle now in round 2. Jeff Capes wants to win. Slaney, on the other hand, rather angry about that previous decision. You've got to watch him, and I know he has to watch this technique because he could sit down again and lose the contest. And there he goes. And again. And again, and even though Capes is off the mat, he's declared the winner because Slaney's on the ground.
Do you realize what happens as a result of this? Because, Jeff, you'll be joining us all and going to Great Gorge, New Jersey for the world's strongest man contest. Now, what do you make of that? What do you think about that?
Well, it's the right place, the right time of year, and I'm going to enjoy it very much, and hopefully that I'll show the flag for Great Britain and do well.
We all hope so too, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Capes, Europe's strongest man, 1980. And a winner by 5 points from Richard Slaney in second place. Vincenz Hertnagel is third with 37. He beat Dupree in the tug-of-war. Dupree has 36 points. Bultink on 34. Dahlgren on 25. Noy 23 and Vance 22. The climax to our 5-nation contest. Ken Allwright, chairman of British Meat, presents the British Meat Trophy to our winner. A winner that you'll be able to see very soon competing in America with the rest of the world
for the world's strongest man contest. For the happy Geoff Capes, from Henry and myself, goodbye till America.